Hi guys, welcome back to Bright Future YouTube channel. My name is Kwadria Shaomba Shavanzila Shankangatala Rejeni. Nimduamba Mina Shamchum Chavela Maeka. So today I'm going to do some of the example of meiosis and then move on to the next chapter. Let's see if we can actually get there. So now this is a worked example. Say study the diagram below of 2 stages of meiosis, then answer the question that follows. So when you study the diagram, you look at it and then you relate it to what you have been taught. So now question 1 says state 1 visible reaction, a reason in diagram 1 which indicates that meiosis is taking place. As you can see, if you look at that diagram 1 and then you analyze it, you can see that there's an exchange of genetics, but we'll answer that. How many chromosomes would be present in each daughter cell at the end of meiosis in the cell? Definitely 2 chromosomes. Now the answer for 1 is the chromosomes are lined up at the equator of the cell in their homologous pairs. The chromosome shows evidence of crossing over, which is why I was telling you the genetic variation. And then now for question 2, it says how many chromosomes would be present in each daughter cell at the end of the meiosis in the cell. It's 2. As you can see that you have 2 pairs of homologous chromosomes, so you're gonna have 2 at the end. Let's go to question 3. Describe what takes place in the cell after the phase shown in diagram 1. The next phase is anaphase. The spindle fibers contract. It shortens and pull each chromosome off each chromosome pair to the opposite poles of the cell. So these are the definitions that I was showing you in the first video where we were doing meiosis. So all those description of the diagrams of meiosis 1 and 2, when they say explain or describe the what takes place, you need to write all those points that were there to get your full marks. Now tabulate 2 visible difference between the phases of meiosis shown in the diagram 1 and diagram 2. So diagram 1, chromosomes are lined up at the equator in the homologous pairs. In diagram 2, chromosomes are lined up in the equator individually. On diagram 1, 4 chromosomes are present. On diagram 2, 2 chromosomes are present. Let's go back to see if this is true. You see on diagram 1 you got 2 that are not apart. These are not chromatids. This is a full chromosome. And on diagram A, there are 2 full chromosomes that are in pairs. So let's move on to the next activity. This is how they ask questions in your exams, so please pay attention on how we answer the questions in here. For activity 1, question 1 says give the correct word or term for each of the statement or definitions provided below. The structure that joins the 2 halves of double-stranded chromosomes, that is a centromere. A pair of chromosomes, one inherited from each parent, that have same genes at the same locus, that's a homologous chromosomes. A single-stranded chromosome formed during anaphase 2, that's a daughter chromosome, or the chromatids. I prefer using the chromatids. 1.4, the point of contact between 2 chromosomes of a homologous pair during crossover is a chiasma. And then 1.5, 1/2 of a double-stranded chromosome, that is a chromatid. They're asking you about that leaf or that looks like a butterfly, that one part of it. Now, the phase in meiosis where crossover occurs. This is very important. It's phase 1. I have seen this question been asked over and over and over again. So I would advise you guys to actually pay attention to this. Okay, now let's go to question number 2. Figure 2.1.2 represents a process taking place during meiosis. Study the diagram and answer the questions that follows. If you look at the diagram, it seems like those 2 chromosomes are crossing over. Yeah, so let's answer the questions. Provide labels for parts A, B, C, and D. Your A is your chromosome. Your B is your centromere. Your C is your chromatid. Your D is your chiasma. Name the process in meiosis that is illustrated in 2.1.12. It's the crossing over. State one importance of the process you named in the question 2.2. It introduces genetic variation. I have also given you a couple of points for this one, so all you need to do is to remember all of them and then give those that are you're asked to give. Draw a diagram of a structure labeled A to show its appearance immediately after the process you named in that. You see how it's demonstrated on 2.4. And then they decided to give us 2 points as well. There is evidence of crossover, double-stranded chromosomes with their strands joined by a centromere. Let's go to question number 3. Figure 2.1.3 right, on the right, represent an animal cell in a phase of meiosis. Study the diagram and answer the questions that follows. If you look at the diagram, the chromosomes are being drawn towards the end poles. So this is a phase in meiosis. And then there's a label for A, there's a label for B. Now let's answer the questions. State whether the phase of meiosis in this is meiosis 1 or meiosis 2. This is definitely meiosis 2. How do you see that this is meiosis 2? In meiosis 1, entire chromosome, that's 4, they get pulled towards the pole. If it's on meiosis 2, it's only chromatids. So 3.2 says give one visible reason for your answer in question 1. Like I said, you could name that, you can give that as a reason. Let's look at the reason here. The daughter chromosomes or the chromatids are being pulled to the opposite poles. So in meiosis 1, it's the entire chromosome, not the chromatids. Let's go to 3.3. Identify the part labeled A and B. Your A is your spindle fiber. Your B is your cell. Yeah, cell membrane, spindle fiber. Now let's go to 3.4. How many chromosomes were present in the parent cell before meiosis began? And for number B, how many chromosomes will be present in each cell at the end of meiosis? Now let's go and answer those questions. For 3.4, it's 8. So we're talking about meiosis 2 now. On meiosis 2, how many chromosomes were present in the parent cell before the meiosis began? It's 8. How many chromosomes will be present in each cell at the end of meiosis? It's 4. Okay, I would advise you to go and revisit all those phases of meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. If there's a question that you don't understand, you let me know. Let's go to 3.5. State one place in a human female where meiosis would take place. That's the ovaries, because that's where you find your cells, your eggs. Could the cell presented in 2.1.3 be that of a human being? No, we were told already. No, yes. Okay. It's an animal cell in a phase of meiosis, right? They're saying, could the cell represented in 2.1.3 be that of a human being? No. Explain your answer to 3.6. Let's go to the answer. There are only 4 chromosomes present instead of 23. That's the reason why. It's only 4 chromosomes instead of 23. So in a human body, you got 23 instead of 4 in a cell. Now give 2 reasons why meiosis is biologically important. 3.8. It introduces genetic variation. It balances the doubling effect of fertilization, as it halves the number of chromosomes in the cells, sex cells. So I'd advise you guys to go and read again. You make sure that you understand the reason why we have meiosis. Give the term for the situation where some of the chromosomes do not separate correctly during the phase shown in figure 2.13. That is non-disjunction. See, as you can see in here. So now, if you want to practice more, you can go to Life Sciences paper 1, February and March 2012. And then you can also go to Life Sciences paper 1, November 2010. And then you can also go to Life Sciences paper 1, February and March 2010. And also Life Sciences paper 1, November 2009. They'll give you more examples. So let's go to this one. Question 4. The diagram below shows the nuclei of the 4 cells that resulted from meiosis of chromosome pair 21 in a woman. So we know that is a human cell. Now, explain why nucleus N does not have a chromosome pair number 21. During anaphase 1, that's the answer. The chromosomes pair 21 did not separate, so there was a non-disjunction. The gamete M will have an extra copy of chromosomes number 21, and therefore gamete N does not have a copy of chromosome number 21. That's your answer. Name and explain the disorder that will result if diagram M represent an egg cell that fuses with a normal sperm. We're going to have Down syndrome, or trisomy 21 if the gamete M fuses with a normal sperm having 1 copy of chromosome 21. The resulting zygote will have 3 copies of chromosome number 21. So that is your answer. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. So next week we're going to be doing a new chapter of reproduction in vertebrates. I hope you guys are ready for that. I will make sure to upload this video as much as I can. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment to this video. I'd really appreciate it.